Alright, beautiful people, I'm back in the building with another video. This is going to be on Chrisean, Blueface, and it just seems like complete chaos. And it's been happening off and on for like the last couple of weeks, right? But it feels like it got to a boiling point in the last couple of days. So I have a ton of questions here. I'm not totally following everything. I do see what's happening here and there, but I have a lot of questions from somebody who is closely following it. So thank you so much for providing me with these questions. All right. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, and please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. This is again Blue Nola Tarot. So Chrisean, where can I start? And Blueface, where can I begin? So it seems as if they've been back and forth on the internet, trying to figure it all out, breaking up, coming back together. She moved out. She's off probation. He's still in jail. He's following a bunch of women. She started entertaining Figgy, right? And then from there, it just feels like it's just snowballed ever since. All right. So we're going to do a reading on them today to kind of just get a feel for, like, is this like truly over? I don't feel like it's ever just truly over between these two. It's like the most highly dysfunctional, highly toxic situation. But let me say this, in real life, like, it may not be on social media, but this happens in real life where people are back and forth, and there's a lot of mudslinging going on, and family is involved, and somebody is manipulating and another person is responding, or somebody else is manipulating and another person is manipulating. So this happens in real life. So I know it's Chrisean and Blueface, but we have to take it out of just that realm and kind of look at it from a perspective of, like, do we know friends and family and people we cool with that we've seen them go through some pretty toxic situations, right? I know a girl I grew up with, she used to be in all kind of mess, right? I mean, now Chrisean and Blueface, they got them beat completely 100%, right? But but at the end of the day, I know somebody who had nothing but baby daddy drama, stayed getting into it with the family, the family stayed getting into it with them. This is not unusual, but this is at a level 10 for Chrisean and Blueface. All right, so somebody wanted to know, not somebody, but the person who sent me these questions, is this a bunch of stage drama? Because they feel that, and I'm gonna just give you their opinion on why they asked this question. They feel that it's strange that all of this broke out once she decided to go start her Twitch or her live streams. So is this manufactured drama for likes and views and clicks? Now, we do know that at some point she got banned off of Twitch, and I believe I can't remember the other platform she was on. But is this manufactured drama between Chrisean and Blueface for likes, clicks, and views? Give me the energy around their battle that's happening on social media. And then he let her move back in, only to say it was because he didn't want to see her homeless, and he wanted, at least at least the only good part about this whole thing is that he's finally, taking ownership. Even like Chrisean was kind of saying, I saw it today, where she felt like, he's never cared about the baby the way he should. At least now he's actually saying my son, our son. Like, he's consistently saying this. So that's the one thing I do hear, is that he's actually claiming in that position. So that's the only positive thing that I see that's coming out of this situation, is that he's at least he's inch closer to, taking on some responsibility to say, this is my child, right? So I know a lot of people don't agree with it. That's right, his child. Listen, stop telling people who their children for. Look, even if Blueface wasn't a father, if he decided he was going to step up and be the father, he is the father, right? Just like if you had a situation in your personal life where some man came in your life, your mama life, and raised you, he your daddy, right? Especially if he was a good person. Not that Blueface is, but he's claiming his child, right? And at least that's one positive out of this whole cotton goddamn mess. All right, so is this manufactured drama between Blueface and Chrisean, or is this some real stuff that's happening? Give me the energy around Chrisean Malone and Jonathan Porter, Blueface. Is this manufactured drama or is this real drama? Let me say this. This is real drama that, of course, people are going to use to their benefit. How about that? I think two things can be true at the same time. I think that they could have been in a place where they were trying to get along, right? They were trying to, hey, we talk, we still have feelings for each other. There's still something there. We're trying to figure it out, right? I think that two things can be true at the same time. But also too, there's still an issue going on. There's still some concerns. There's still some issues. There's still some worry happening, and they're not totally on the same page. I'm gonna say that, especially him. He is in his King of Swords in reverse. That can represent a person that's upset, that's angry, that's manipulating. I'm not just putting all of it on him. We're gonna just say this because this is what's here. But this can represent him being tyrannical and abusive in his behavior and his ways, and also too, he's creating some isolation, right? This is a third party aspect. So remember when Chrisean was saying something about he's upset around Figgy? Well, I think they're upset around each other, right? That means I'm upset that he's been entertaining other people and following other people, and he's upset because I'm entertaining Figgy, and she's been consistently going back and forth with Figgy, right? So, and he is watching. She said somebody had a burner phone. We'll ask that question. He is watching. So, whether he on his regular profile or he's on I think it's a hidden profile because it's got hermit energy attached to it. But let me just say this: there is an issue here. So I think that two things can be true at the same time. I think that they do have real issues that's happening. So I don't think it's just manufactured for social media, but why not capitalize on it, right? If I'm and let me say this too. When you see this Ace of Swords, this Ace of Swords could represent I was already doing some business, right? This Ace of Swords could represent like I was already in the midst of, for example, doing something that was work related or doing something, taking care of some business, and this all fell out. I think that two things could be true at the same time. I don't think that it's manufactured drama. I think these people have real issues, and in the midst of those real issues, they have other stuff that they're trying to do. But why not capitalize on that and make something of it, right? Which is to capitalize off of it, take it and reap the rewards of it, right? And also too, hey, let's talk about it. And in that way, you know what? People can have an understanding of what's happening, what's going on, and I can make some money. And also too, I get to vent, right? Mental clarity. I get to vent whatever my frustrations are. I mean, it's a win-win situation because it means I put more money in my pocket. But I'm gonna say this: I think is a combination of things. They have real issues, and in the midst of those real issues, they're using social media as a session to vent, a platform to vent, and then they're capitalizing off of it at the same time. But when you look at this King of Swords, and this Three of Cups, those are real issues that's happening. Those are real issues that's happening, and it's not like they're not bouncing back this time as easily as they had been before. The Three of Cups is technically 3 months. So if you've been really following them, and I haven't been following them to the T like I used to, but 3 months, that means they're going periods of time, real time, without being on the same page, right? Whereas before they may have gone through a small period and they'll gel back together for, solid for a little bit. Now it feels like there's more separate than together. So, and then he is coming in, and we're going to speak about him again. We're not just going to put it all on him, but he's coming in as the King of Swords, which means he is the one who's like now, he's the one in kind of like having the energy of like not cooperating, right? So it feels like he's not cooperating with her as, I think if he was cooperating with her, she would be more willing to cooperate with him. All right. So that's what it looks like. So I don't feel it's a manufactured drama at all. Did Blueface really pawn his jewelry? Chrisean mentioned that. It was interesting to me because it's like how he wanted her to sit down for 40K. You sit home. I'm gonna give you 40K, but then she is what she was saying that she had to help him, that he pawned his jewelry. So it's like, how you gonna, like, that didn't make sense. Like, how somebody gonna ask somebody to sit home and they're gonna put 40K in their pocket every month or whatever the case may be. So give me the energy around Blueface's financial situation. Did he actually pawn his jewelry, Spirit? Like, that just didn't make any sense to me at all. But we're gonna just ask. They do have the Five of Pentacles in reverse, and that can represent like a financial some financial tightness. But give me the energy around Blueface specifically. And he has a Seven of Swords that just flew out. Give me the energy around it. And he has the Six of Wands. A fall from grace. Ain't that the truth? He has had a fall from grace. Let's go ahead and just put these out. Oh, yeah. A fall from grace. Been in jail almost, his time is flying by, almost 2 years. And he needs to be careful because, let me say this, he has justice in reverse in his messages and Wheel of Fortune. He needs to be careful because, we talked about the fact that he could come out sooner than later. And I believe December was the date. But the Justice card is in reverse with the Wheel of Fortune. If anybody knows Blueface, he might want to tell him chill out and do what he's supposed to do, because what this could mean is that he can get into more trouble, which can add more time to his situation. And I'm not wishing this on you, but you have justice aspects in reverse along with the Wheel of Fortune. That means something that happens. The Wheel of Fortune is a setback aspect. It's a reversal of some sort. It's like a downfall. And you have the card of justice. That means you are found in the wrong for doing something. You might want to, it's next to you, so I'm going to just pull it on up. Is next to you. You might be in there having a good time, enjoying life. Well, I don't know why would you be enjoying life in there? But just know, like, you have a situation here where if you keep it up, you could end up in a trick bag in there, right? And then this talks about not using discernment. So he's in there totally not using discernment. This Nine of Pentacles in reverse is a person who's not using discernment, and just not, and also being sneaky in jail, right? Fall from grace aspect. So he better be careful. But the question was, like, is his finance, or what's happening with his finances? And when you look at the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, living beyond your means, right? And now your money is limited, your resources have diminished, the money is tight. Again, this is a limited aspect. So when you look at it, over investment, the money he had, over investing in things, spending money you don't really have, thinking you're gonna make something pop and it didn't pop the way you thought it was gonna pop. I'm gonna be honest with you, a couple of times I've seen that Blueface grill, fish and grill stuff. That place be looking empty to me, child. I don't know. That don't look like a hustling, bustling place. It looks like it's few far and in between with customers. If I see 10 people in there all together on any given time, I see it. That's good, right? And you need, those types of restaurants, you need consistent business. Now, I'm not always on there to see what's going on, but I can tell you this much: it don't look like it's doing. It's definitely not no fiery crab on no Saturday or no Friday. Okay, so he definitely shows that he's being affected, right? And again, we're gonna just go back to the Six of Wands that talks about a fall from grace, a fall from grace. His ego has been affected. His money has been affected. His relationships have been affected. He's been totally affected through this entire experience. I still feel that even though they have all of this going on, he's in his King of Cups and Ace of Cups energy with Chrisean. And what does that mean? This is not over for them yet. The fact it's not over till the fat lady sings. Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups energy. This talks about a new start, a reset between them, right? I know she had mentioned something about, he want to break up, thinking he gonna come home, he gonna break up 100, this, that. Even if they do all of that, which is totally possible, they still have in their messages a new start, a reset, right? He still very much still loves Chrisean. We're talking about him right now. So let's ask this question. So it looks like he's definitely, his jewelry has been affected. Confirm the energy around pawning of the jewelry. Temperance. Four of Swords and this right here. So this does show in his messages that he took it somewhere because his financial aspects are in reverse, right? Lack of resources. Lack of resources. Remember I told you about overinvestment? That can also represent taking money that you didn't necessarily have. You know, we think like somebody could take $100,000. I mean, if you're already, house was in foreclosure, pull that out with the little deal he had with Jaidyn, right? In jail all this time, still got to pay for the house that he's in. Daddy living there. But it does show an overinvestment, and it talks about unable to regenerate. It's quicker, more quickly, right? So, and I do feel that, even though Chrisean was sitting down, at some point she was being helpful, but to what degree we would have to ask that. Give me the energy around Papa Blue. They said Papa, she was insinuating that somebody had taken her jewelry, a watch, and some other things and had pawned it. Did Papa Blue has he abused Chrisean's trust? Has he allegedly taken anything from her that was in the house? This is why you can't leave stuff. This is why you can't leave none of your stuff with I don't care if it's whoever it is. People will go through your stuff. And he's been going through the stuff. He's been on social media like a child posting things, right? Grown old 50-some-year-old man online posting on young girls' personal stuff. I don't know, trying to get clout too. But did Papa Blue, did he actually touch any of Chrisean's items? Specifically, did he take her jewelry? A watch, a cross, something about some jewelry. Did he take anything valuable for Chrisean? Give me the energy around Jonathan, Michael Porter. This is Blueface. Oh, I think Jonathan Porter. Let's just say Blueface bad. Yep, dishonesty. He has a message around dishonesty. The message of a person who can be considered a father figure or father done something dishonest. Justice card in reverse. This represents somebody who's taking advantage. Now, he's going to deny it. But this also, too, represents somebody who took something from somebody. Took something, right? Treason. Somebody who could stab you in the back. Also here, Seven of Cups, temptation. Somebody who had a temptation to do something. This shows, allegedly, that he did something. And listen, he'd been vying for it. That's why I was hoping and praying. Like, even before all this broke out, Chrisean don't leave nothing in that house. Don't leave your jewelry. Don't leave your money. Don't leave nothing. He literally has these messages. I never trusted Papa Blue. I know a lot of people try to windmill for him and try to give him excuses. I never liked him, never trusted him. Down to that alleged robbery where he claimed he was robbed. Bullshit. Like there's been a lot of like little slick stuff that he's done over time. Even one time I seen him online, basically almost making me feel like he was molesting a little baby Chrisean, where he was kissing on him and touching him. I don't trust him. Period. Point blank. I don't trust him. Kissing a baby in the mouth like that. The energy he was giving forward is just he's a creep. He's a complete creep. But this does show his messages when you ask that question. A father figure like person, which he matches this description, did something dishonest, right? And it talks about self helping himself to somebody's stuff. And again, this talks about a person who has a temptation. Now, again, he'll deny it, but I never trusted him. He gave me creep vibes. All right. So that is on that. So now we're going to start going into some other stuff. Let me see how much time we have here. Did Funny Marco bring Chrisean into, I guess, let's say, streamer university to clown her? What was the energy around him bringing Chrisean to the streamer university? Why did he bring Chrisean to the streamer, Funny Marco? He thought it was a good opportunity, right? These streamers, they bring in these celebrities or these B-list or D-list celebrities, these influencers or people. It's a win-win for everybody. I bring you on. I'm getting exposure. You're getting exposure. More people watching. It's opportunity energy, right? So I mean, listen, can't control what happens once people get there, but this is showing like it's shown as an opportunity. So we're gonna answer that. Why did a guy named Khalil? Is his name Khalil? Why did the streamer who once had a crush on Chrisean, why was he acting like he didn't want her to dance on him? Why was he avoiding Chrisean? He has the moon card here. Give me the energy around. Does he? Because at one point I think when they did the little prison thing, he liked her. Give me the energy around. Why did he act this way? Give me the energy around like Kylil or Tylil. Give me the energy around this guy. Why was he acting so weird? Why didn't he want Chrisean on her? Because he does show he's always liked, that he always liked Chrisean. And he want no drama. Listen, I don't blame him. Listen, 10 of Cups are here. Drama, right? Rumors, dramas, innuendos, people saying stuff, talk of the town. And it just keeps up confusion. I feel like there's nothing wrong with him saying I find her attractive and I like her, but he's in a place where he's kind of moved past that. That 10 of Cups represents 10 months later. My energy is different with this person. And also, too, like, when you have this 10, like, you got to think, like, he's building his brand, right? He has other things going in his life. He doesn't want confusion, which will lead to drama, which will lead to talk, right? For what reason? And I know I don't have anything with this person. And I don't want no problems. Even if it's like a domestic situation, like this person is tied to a toxic situation. I don't want to be involved in it. I don't want to be personally involved in it. I want to pull people I'm dealing with involved with it. I don't want to be pulled into their situation, right? I don't want to be another Figgy. 10 of Cups, this person has attached to, I'm going to be honest, any man that attaches to a woman like that has a similar situation of Chrisean is a recipe for disaster. It's not worth it. So this represents, I don't want drama. Again, because I don't want confusion, misunderstandings, misinterpretations. I don't want to be pulled into no situation that she's in. Drama, disputes, false accusations. And I don't want people talking about it. Because also, too, this could represent he got his own thing going. Why am I pulling myself into this? And the thing, whatever he got going, it looks like he looks like he's relatively happy. So why pull myself into anything when I'm good? I'm straight. I don't need it. He's no longer interested in her. I'm gonna be flipping around because I was just writing things. Is Chrisean drinking a little bit? I know she used to drink pretty heavily and be slurring. Is she indulging? The person was saying they believe she's maybe drinking or indulging for entertainment purposes only. Yeah, it does look like she may be drinking a little bit or indulging a little bit, however you want to say it. So I don't feel like the person was off the mark with that. Empress, Knight of Pentacles, and then of course this Nine of Swords. This could represent a person who's got something going on. This could be in this message here that could represent somebody that's not in control of things, right? Also, too, this represents a dependency thing. This could represent somebody who's also not taking care of their health. I know she's gained quite a bit of weight. She still looks good. I think Chrisean is so beautiful, but this represents her not taking care of her health. When you see the Empress in this positive position, that represents you taking care of your health, you taking care just of yourself, period. But she's in reverse for that. And also, too, she has the Knight of Pentacles as well. So this represents to indulge. This represents to have a dependency on something. And then also, too, in her Knight of Pentacles as well, that also represents somebody who can be seen as somebody who can be. Now, I'm not saying this every day. It could be somebody who's just occasionally doing it. And then this could, too, talk about, like, a person who has some stuff going on. A lot of things, Chrisean, you got to think about this too. She got a lot going on in her life from being little. Now she got the baby and she dealing with the public eye. She dealing with Blueface, but she does have the messages around could be, engaging in some form of, again, it could be, drinking, and then it's not on the surface like it used to be. It's more hidden. All right, so that is on that. Chrisean says that she believes that Karlissa does not care about the baby. Does Karlissa care? Karlissa wrote a whole PSA about how she does care. Does Karlissa care about Chrisean Jr.? That tower moment is telling me that's a no. When you look at that, this represents a person who they don't really have a relationship and an attachment or association with that baby. Even when you see the Ace of Cups, that's like saying her intentions are not good. That's a Ace of Cups in reverse represents a person with bad intentions, false intentions. They don't have an emotional attachment. They don't have like her energy with baby Chrisean is not the same with the other kids. She could say that all day long if she wants to, but these two together she doesn't have the same bond effect with it. She doesn't have the relationship, and this also represents there's a falseness to it. She's so I don't believe that at all. It's a money grab situation, right? It's a way to what? When you look at this, I want to talk, right? Talk about the baby, right? About what's going on with him in order to make a what? A coin. So she's using the baby, Chrisean, even her own son, everything in and around her for clicks and views. It's how she pays her bills. Her family is her content. And the baby is no less that. Give me the energy around Jaidyn Alexis. She just dropped a new single, and she was upset because she feels that Chrisean is always trying to take a moment from her. Give me the energy around Jaidyn. I actually listened to the song. I thought it was a little bop. I just felt like the guy was sounding like Blueface. But the one thing she can do is make a little song that's a little bop, even though she'll be a little off beat a little bit. The video seemed like it was all over the place. But it was actually, if I had to give it a rating of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, I would give it an 8. I would give it an 8. I thought it was cool. But she don't have the same fire and the same person pushing it. Did Blueface help push this at all? Was he involved in this in any way? I heard it almost sounded like he was in the beginning of it. And this is a 5 of Pentacles. It doesn't feel like he was completely involved with this at all. Right? This is what it's talking about. He doesn't seem too involved with her with this, right? I feel like initially there's something about talking about it, and there's something about like in some way supporting her on it, and then it feels like along the way there's some issues that happen. All right. How does she feel that it didn't do well? Like it just kind of like she couldn't put it on Blueface page, I guess, so that she had to put it on her own. The numbers aren't doing well. Give me the energy around. How does she feel about that? I mean, she feel like I mean, listen, this represents blocks. This represents people are not connected to it as the same. It does sound similar to the other stuff that she's saying, but I mean, I can see where she would feel like, she would feel like, it didn't do well. It didn't do well, I mean, I guess you could say it just didn't do well. I wouldn't say it didn't flop. But the one thing she can do from this is what? What can she do from this one song? She can use it, right? So it's another song to add to her catalog of songs, and she can tour on it. And this 10 of Cups represent, like she can add it to being a part of her, whatever she does when she does her little club appearances. So it's another way to continue to make money with a new song. So it's a win-win situation for her. It's Jaidyn and Blueface together. That is a no. 2 of Wands in reverse. It doesn't feel like they're together. Right? And this just talks about they're just not on the same page. Not the same page. Give me the energy. Again, not feeling the love. Not together. Give me the energy around Jaidyn and Blueface. This is coming up in reverse. Talks about they still talk for the kids, but for the most part, this reverse energy, this energy is coming here. When Blueface does eventually get out of jail, will he reunite with Jaidyn Alexis? This is kind of like saying hit or miss. 3 of Swords. There is a small window of I forgive you. He's there, but it's short-lived. So, for example, he can get out of jail, and then you can see him kind of entertaining it to some degree. But it's very short-lived. Very short-lived. Like when I say 1 to 4 weeks, back into what? Him doing his thing, running off, and Jaidyn don't know what the hell going on again. So I wouldn't be surprised if we would see them at some point trying to put it together. Not like that, but this represents him being in her life or being around her. I wouldn't be surprised if he slept with her. And you know how she like to do when she get mad, she like to go and expose it. So this does show, this is a card of energy or passion or lust. So I wouldn't be surprised if he would take that opportunity to try to sleep with Jaidyn too. Okay, let's see where we at. We at 30 minutes. Is it 30 minutes? Yes, we about to wrap this up. Chrisean's financial situation. What is it? She keep talking about a condo or a housing situation. What's our financial situation? I feel like her money be kind of tricky too. So this also can represent she don't do enough to keep money. Like I know she has the what do you call that thing that she gets paid from whatchamajig? That's probably why she going to Twitch and doing these other platforms. But this could represent her lack of commitment or laziness to keeping things going. Could put her in a situation. But I know she has she does have that with that Snapchat going. So she does get something. But it does show she did more. Of course, with it, that's obviously. This Page of Pentacles could, again, represent somebody who has a lack of commitment to things. Chrisean could be capitalizing on so much. I know she used to have Fashion Nova, but she is missing out on so many opportunities because she was listening to Blueface about sitting down. And don't be surprised if she does it again because he look like he doesn't want her to work. And to some degree, she does follow what he says, but it just hurts her. So to answer the question, she does show some struggle aspects in her finances. Okay. All right. Is Angela and Blueface? This is Angela who's been back and forth with Blueface for 20 years. And they claim she was bucking up talking about there's a new sheriff in town. Is he really going to be with Angela's spirit? Give me the energy around old Blueface. He be back and forth with Angela. Is he going to be back and forth with her? She's one of many. He's not going to really be with you. So don't let him play in your face, right? Like, don't let him play in your face. Don't let him use and weaponize the situation with you to weaponize it against Chrisean or Jaidyn. You are one of many people that he's creating an illusion with. And this talks about, he could be, what do you want to call it? I used to say this a lot about Blueface. He's triangulating people, right? He's triangulating his mother against them. He triangulates other women against them, especially Chrisean. You're one of many people he's talking to. When it's all said and done, he's got the Knight of Pentacles with you. He's not going to really be with you like that for real, right? Again, he is same energy like he is with Jaidyn, where there'll be a temporary connection, but it's not going to be for real, for real. The Knight of Pentacles is a person who is basically, there's no results, real results that's going to come from it. All you're going to get is crumbs, right? So don't play yourself. Give me the energy around Figgy. What's happening with Figgy? You know, will he give up? Will they get back together? Can she trust Figgy? Give me the energy around Chrisean or Figgy. This represents him being in her life. Give me the energy around Chrisean and Figgy. The foundation is not solid, so this means off and on inconsistency, and she can't trust him. So I would tell Chrisean, just be careful but they do show talking back and forth. So I wouldn't be surprised if she keeps going back and forth and talking to him. But guess what, Chrisean, he gonna do to you? He gonna do to you like the rest of them been done. You know, as soon as Mad Day come, he gonna be running his mouth. He gonna be dragging you. He gonna be saying this. He gonna be saying that. He does like Chrisean, and Chrisean does like him. This here, and it shows it here again in his messages. But their foundation is weak, right? And this talks about when Mad Day comes, he's going to sacrifice her too. He's going to run his mouth. And this talks about when Mad Day comes. When he get frustrated, aggravated, he going to what? He going to tell it, he going to speak his mind about what she did, what she didn't do, how she do it, etc., etc. He can't be trusted at all, 100%. Do they have a reconnection aspect? They do. So I wouldn't be surprised if they go back and forth. This is a reunion, a rekindling, a reconnection. But he cannot be trusted. Remember what I said. He cannot be trusted. He's going to be like Ronnie on your ass. She keep on... she keep on getting with these people who just backdoor her all the time. I think this is the end of the road for them, for me. At the end of the day, they're still Chrisean and Blueface, even with their dramas. We're gonna end up still trying to be together. Give me the energy around it. Yep, that's what I'm saying. So he's saying all this, he's saying all that, they saying all this, saying all that. That King of Cups represents them still being attached, right? And then this talks about, you know, they still have they immature, they both immature. I don't care. They both immature, they both don't know how to handle things the right way. They both online exposing each other only to come back together, right? He's in jail with a burner phone. He's on drugs. She was homeless and she didn't take care of the baby. And she did this. It's just a lot of mudslinging. And ultimately, they're going to end up trying to come back together eventually, right? So it don't even make sense. But that's their relationship. And, you know, and this is another thing. What sense does it make to be taking so sides and getting into all kind of arguments when these people are going to be right back together? And then you're going to be sitting there. I have literally, this is like, I'm doing this reading because somebody asked me to do it. And I know people are probably wondering, like, what am I saying about it? But, like, it doesn't make sense to get so overly emotional and attached and upset about these people's relationship. These people have been doing this for years, and they will continue to do this. You cannot be upset about who they date or not date, what's going on, you know. At the core of it, Chrisean is allowing this, right? And she continues to go back and forth with somebody who disrespects her and has not, you know, properly done the right thing by her child or their child. And so at the end of the day, this is the path that she's decided to take because she does care about this person. She has to make a better decision for herself, and eventually she will. But she's still young, and she still loves Blueface, obviously. And so this is what you have, but it makes no sense to be getting into like wars and over what goes, you know. I'd be like, I don't have time for it. I got other things going on. But anyway, take care, stay blessed, encouraged, and empowered. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share if you care. I know this is pretty long, but it's been a long time coming. Peace and blessings. Also, you can book with me at bluenolatarot.com. I have the summer special going on right now. Very affordable price with some pretty, a decent amount of time. So, again, you can book with me at bluenolatarot.com. bluenolatarot.com. Thumbs up, like, give me your feedback, you know, on this particular situation. And I'm not about to get in no comments and argue with nobody about nothing, Jill. So, good luck to you. Peace.